What's up, family? This is the Playmaker podcast, and today we have a special guest, a CEO of Pipe It Up Pastries, a YouTube influencer. She go by the name of Naja. So welcome to the show. Wait, my bad. Stop. I'm your host, Reggie Coleman.
Who am I?
My co-host, Keita. And we have Naja. Hey, Naja, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Thank you for joining us. We were supposed to do this last week. I was a little under the weather, but we're here now. So tell the people a little about yourself.
So, you know what? I really hate when people tell me.
My bad.
I hate that.
So my bad. How did you come up with Pipe It Up Pastries?
Okay, that's a good question.
There it is.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a little backstory because I was never a baker.
Oh, I thought this whole time I thought you was a baker.
No. I always loved to cook. Like I'm a great cook, but I would just make like brownies here and there. People go to the store and buy brownie mix or something like that. I wasn't a baker. I never went to culinary art school or any of that. What happened was one of my friends had this event where he was giving back to the community, and I was like, I want to help. So I was like, oh well, let me just bake something, because I don't know why that came to me. I was like, oh, let me just bake something. So I baked cupcakes, and Santa had brownies. And I brought it to the event, and like the kids and the parents like loved it. And it was like, oh, do you do this? I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, no, I don't do that. I was like, I was just trying to contribute to the event. So they was like, oh, you should do this. And I was like, nah, that's not my calling or whatever. That was in December. In January, the 2 days after my birthday, I got into a really bad car accident, and my car was total, and I walked away with like permanent injuries or whatever. And I was home for like 2 to 3 months, and I wanted to go to work bad. Like I was like, all right, I know I'm in pain, but I work for the state. I could sit at my desk. I'm cool.
We always do good work.
Right. I was like, I'm good. Like I kept begging my doctor to send me back to work. They was like, no. But at first they said I had sprains. So I'm like, okay, how long does it take to heal sprains? But come to find out, I had like permanent nerve damage, and I had 3 slip discs. So
you should have been out of work.
But I didn't know at that time. It took like 2 months for them to give me tests to see if I had it. So I'm ready to go back to work. I'm like, I don't care. I can fight through this. They was like, no. So honestly, I sat down. I was like, God, what do you want me to do this time? And I was waiting. I was mad because I had to depend on people. They had to help me like get up and shower, and they had to go shopping for me, take me to and from doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So I was frustrated because I'm a busybody. I don't know how to sit down. So so I started getting calls from people. They was like, oh yeah, I heard you did some cupcakes for blah 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 whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I just did it on the swing. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, can you do my daughter party? I'm like, sure. I mean, I ain't gonna turn down the money. I'm not gonna turn down no money. So I was like, sure. And then like it just kept coming in. I was making like $300 a week doing this. Like people kept calling me like, you do this.
So you just bake? All right.
So I started doing. I was like, oh okay. I was like, okay, this could be a side hustle. Like, fine, I'll just do it. I'm making $300 extra a week. Like, fine. You know what I'm saying? On top of my salary. Like, okay, I can do this. So it just started going and going, and I was like, all right, I'm just do this. I finally went back to work. I begged my doctor. They sent me back to work. It was horrible. I should never went back to work, but it just kept going. And then by the summertime, or I think it was spring, I was like, I need a name for this. Like, this could be a business. Like, this is my baby. And I was like, I'm good at this. How does that happen?
That is
like,
crazy.
what else am I good at? But anyway, so I was like, I need a name for this. And I was like making up stupid name like Classy Sweets. I don't know, like just stupid
You
stuff.
just write it down, yeah.
Yeah, I was like just throwing out names, and my friend Mark, he was like, it's gonna come to you. Like, stop trying to find it. It's gonna come to you. I was like, all right, whatever. So I was like, okay. So I don't know. Another friend of mine was like, okay, what's your favorite part of like baking? I was like, I don't know. I'm creative, so like the decorating like the cupcakes or cake or whatever like that. And they were like, okay, well, start on that. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, the only way that I could decorate is if I have a piping bag, which the icing goes into, and a piping tip.
I learned something.
And that's when you do the
tip
is like somebody else available.
Okay. You know what? I am looking. I'm looking for someone else. Like, no, wait. But the piping tip is like 100. It's probably more than 100 piping tips. But the piping tip basically has its own design, and it basically it's going to tell you how you're going to design based on like the shape of it. So the piping tip, piping tip goes into the piping bag, and that's how you make the design or whatever like that. So I'm like, pipe it up, pastries. Like,
Got it.
I'm like, why nobody never thought of this? I started looking it up. I'm like, nah, it got to be a baker out there that was smart. You know what I'm saying? I was like looking it up. Nobody had this name.
That's great.
I was like, did God say this for me? For real, I'm like, all right, I'm going with this. And then I found this like this little font. It was like it was icing. It said "pipe it up," and I'm like, come on, all right, this is a sign. This is it. So that's how I got the name "Pipe It Up Pastries." People think it's like the song "Pipe It Up,"
I actually thought that.
Yeah, it's okay.
When she explained it, because you know I'm a.
No, before she explained it,
I have a baking background. I'm like,
okay.
everybody know like most of the time. Yeah.
Like you said you help, right? Yeah.
Not a real baking background, but I baked a cake or two in my day.
Okay.
You know?
Did people say it was good?
Okay.
Maybe.
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 So how's it going? Like, do you bake on, like, do you have a website or anything?
I don't have a website. The only reason why I don't have a website is because I feel like I want to wait until I have an address.
True.
So I don't want to have a website. I mean, most people that order cakes, they're DMing me or they're emailing me.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a Facebook page for it and an Instagram page for it. So
Get that out real quick.
Oh, okay. On Facebook, it's just Pipe It Up Pastries. And on Instagram, it is PIU_pastries. So,
yeah, get you some treats, guys. I'm eating healthy now, so.
I mean,
but at some point.
my treats are healthy, though.
Okay.
You know, I don't use milk.
No?
No, I use almond milk for everything.
Mm.
I don't use vegetable
You make
oil.
cookies too?
Yes.
Brownies?
Yes.
Cupcakes?
Yes.
That's not part of your diet. But I'll get some.
I mean, I make vegan and gluten free. I'm just saying.
Vegan? Oh, she's the real dip.
Yeah.
For something that wasn't a passion, you done short turned it into something good, though. For real. That's crazy that,
right?
Yeah. Like, even though it's not a passion of yours, it became one. And now you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's my baby. It's really my baby.
So shout out to Pipe It Up Pastries. So now you recently, I think a month ago, you started a YouTube channel.
Yes, in January. Honestly, I was late in starting it. I was supposed to start it a year ago, I believe. I had got my equipment, everything, and honestly, fear was like eating at me. I was like, because honestly, I'm not really like a talker. I don't like the limelight. I'm like the background type person. Like I had to make sure everything is straight. I don't want to be the face of nothing. So I'm that type of person, and so I was like, God, I know you don't want me to do a YouTube channel. Like, I was getting gifts, like, people was buying me a camera, like, it was just coming out the woodwork, and I was like, that's not really me. So a year ago, I was supposed to start, and when before January came, when I wrote down, like, my goals and my vision board for 2020, I was like, all right, I'm starting a YouTube channel. But I was thinking, like, maybe June-ish. I was like, maybe, like, second half of the year or something like that. Sure. And my friend was like, no, you should start it yesterday. Like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, like, YouTube is definitely...
It was like, even if it's like something that, is a work in progress, it's going to be a work in progress. So if it's something that you don't even, like, if you upload a video and you don't like it, like, you got mad videos to do after this. So it's like, you need to just get started.
You just got to get better and do it. Like, with me, it was the same thing. Before Keita joined me, or I asked her to join me, I had a podcast and it was a whole different name, and I was doing it by myself. Yeah. Like you said, I'm not a talkative person, so I'm like, what am I even doing? Yeah. So I was doing it, and it was hard doing it by myself. Like, I can't just talk by myself. It would just be me just talking. Like, nah, I can't do that. So I asked her, she joined, and then it got easier. And now we started doing YouTube videos, and I don't even like being on camera. But the content has to go out. So, and we like to bring creatives, entrepreneurs, anybody who's doing something positive. So, I don't know where that went, but I don't know where I'm going with that.
No, but you
gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, because if you don't do it, you're gonna keep waiting and waiting and never put it out.
I'm a year late, so.
Or you're on time.
Oh.
Yeah, YouTube is very interesting. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and people. And it's not the best content, a lot of the videos, but they be having mad views, and that could make you feel some type of way. But I don't even look at the views. It's really, I don't.
But honestly, when I see people that have a lot of views, they've been on YouTube for 5 years. It's like, you know, it really does take time. You really cannot like look at the numbers. Like you really can't be like,
because that would just
it's 201 now. Oh, it's 205 now. Like I really don't be looking at it. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now because I don't look at the numbers. I'm trying to stay consistent and uploading, but I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The last 3 weeks, I've been recording my videos. My phone has been deleting them, like on upload day. Like, just imagine you sitting there making a 15-minute video. You done edited it. You know, it probably was like a 30-minute video. You done edited it to 15 minutes.
Cut it down and then it deleted.
Yeah, and then the phone deletes it. My apps that I use to edit, delete. And it's like, oh, it's downloaded from iCloud. I go to iCloud, it's not there. And I don't know, I had a breakdown last week. I was just so upset because when I say that I'm gonna upload on a day and I don't do it, it's like I didn't keep my word. It means something to me. Yeah. You know, people might be like, oh, it's okay, just upload next week. Like for me, it means something because my word is bond. So.
Did you figure out why it was deleted?
I believe that it's a storage issue, but this is my fault.
Problem with iPhones, y'all always be running my storage and stuff.
but this is my fault because I've been using my iPhone to record because I'm like, oh, you know, my iPhone it's like I don't know if you guys think it's good quality on my videos, but that's my iPhone.
But the problem is the storage.
Yes, but I have a camera, so that's really my fault. So I have like a whole vlogging camera, so it's really my fault. Yeah. So I mean, next week I'm gonna be uploading. I'm using my camera. That's it. I can't do this anymore. I had a whole 15-minute video.
And what was the video about?
It was how to stop settling and know your worth.
That's good.
And you be preaching too in your video, so I was probably waiting for you to drop that because you didn't say no cat. You said I was watching them. That ain't no cat.
For real, like so that video needed to go out. I was so upset because that was just like some really good content. But guess what? I'm gonna re-record it. At the time, I was like, nah, whatever. I'm not doing this no more. I'm done.
People need it.
I know. I need it. I was talking to myself too. That's why that was real good.
Well, how we connected is I watched your debt-free video.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, because in my mind, I feel like I'm on this journey by myself. Like I'm trying to become debt-free, and it gets like when you by yourself, you don't really got nobody that you can talk to about it. It's like
sometimes I get discouraged. And
you get
discouraged.
Fall
off track. You need somebody like, oh no, we on this. You know, like that. I think that's like one of the hardest things I've ever done. Like being on this debt-free journey.
Oh yeah,
I think
that's
difficult.
Because you don't feel like you living a little. I don't feel like
right.
I'm like, oh, I'm on a budget.
I try to think of it as like, well, you know, you read David Ramsey. So it's like, you know, he says, live like no one else, so later on you can live like no one else. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean.
But it's like,
it's
dang,
hard,
I want to get to that point where I'm living like
I'm like,
so the book we're talking about is The Total Money Makeover. It's a really good book.
Oh my gosh, I recommend it to everyone.
If you're anyone that's in like any type of debt, student loan debt, car debt, because guys, having a car payment is debt.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all know that though.
I didn't consider it debt before I.
Because if you have to get a car note, then at some point you could.
Yeah, I was like, exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the first video I watched. And you gave some really good points. Elaborate a little bit more on those points that you gave about becoming debt free, like some advice you would give people.
Yeah, so I would say like look at everything that every what do you call it? Whatever you owe other, you know, if you owe someone money, that's debt. Period. Like debt means you owe. So in this case, we're talking about money. So if you owe somebody money, I don't care if it's, you know, bank, I don't care if it's like, you know, personal loan from, you know, even if it's from somebody like you borrowed it from your friend or something like that's still debt or whatever like that. So I would say like Dave Ramsey says to list your debts, smallest to largest, and then do a debt snowball. That's the first thing. I will also say to live below your means. I feel like sometimes we do things like under approval addiction, and we try to like buy things like cars or like clothes, or you know, your friend like, oh, let's go to this event. You like, oh, I need a new outfit. You really don't. honestly, like I have things in my closet with tags on it, but I used to think I need a new outfit for every event.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even stuff that I probably won't even wear again. Now, like when someone was like, "Oh, yeah, you want to go somewhere?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And I look in my closet and I find something that I never wore before. And I'm like, "What? Like this is crazy." So like, our money is like it just goes. I will also say like, if you have your bills on automatic payment, leave that bill money, like when you get paid, leave that bill money on your card, but everything else, take it off, like, because there's like this type of emotional effect, like when you swipe a card, like you're not even thinking about it, like your money just goes, and then at the end of the day, you're like, where did my money go?
Yeah.
But if you have cash in your hand, like say you had $100 bill and you spend it, like you gonna be looking at your money like, where's my money going? Like you spend $100, like you just bought something to eat. Now you at $80, and you like, and it just keeps going and keeps going. Like if you have the money in your hand, you're probably not gonna spend it because you're like, my money is going. So I do that with my grocery bill. Like I write down my grocery. I have a grocery list. I don't care if people say that's like old school. I have a grocery list. I'm finding there for that. I have a cap. You know what I'm saying? I have a cap. It's like when I go in, it's like I'm only spending this. This is me and my dog, so I spend like $50 a week, so $200 a month on my groceries. So I go in there, I say I got $50. Like it is what it is. Sometimes I don't spend $50 because sometimes I buy something like a sack of potatoes or something like that, or like something that could carry over to the next week, so I don't be spending it. But like I put my money, like I set my money out for my groceries. I have the cash in my hand, so I'm not overspending. And any like money I have left over, because I like my bill money, I kind of consider my bill money too, so that's all in there. But if I have money left over, it's either going to debt or it's probably fun money, like maybe that month I'm getting my hair done or something like that. I call that fun money, or going out to eat or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm lying because if I go out to eat, I'm probably not paying for it. But
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, but fun money, whatever. Whatever, you might be thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna splurge at Five Below or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it be like that sometimes. So I would say, live below your means. You just stay disciplined and just be thinking like, you want to get to a point where you become debt free, because like I feel like it's obtainable for everybody. Everybody could come to a point where they're debt free. Once you're debt free, you got more money coming in, less money going out, and then you use that money to invest or to help people. So,
I like to say, if you can't buy whatever you're trying to buy twice, don't even think about getting it.
That's a lot of things I'm not getting. To be honest.
And counting out cash is hard too. Like, say if you needed something new, like you need a new bed or something. Like, all right, if you just swipe your card, it's nothing. But if you count out $250,
yes. Or I was thinking about it like, how many hours would you have to work to gain that money? Like, and then you gotta think like, is that worth working that many hours?
That's true.
Yeah. It's like, it's not, right. Or they had that like 24-hour or 40-hour rule. Like if you have something in your cart online or something like that, you wait 48 hours, and if you still feel like you need to buy it, then okay. But most of the time we like, nah, I don't really need that. Yeah, like you be impulsively buying. Like it's crazy.
So you talk about debt. Another topic was situationships. Let's get into that a little bit. So I'm sure we all had situationships.
Yeah.
One time or another. I don't know.
No, I think
because I don't think people necessarily know what situationships are.
Yeah,
that they don't know that they're in them.
In one, yeah.
Or you don't like. I think if I can go back to my younger years, I don't think I was the best listener when it came to like what a person is telling you.
Yeah.
Like believe them at face value. Like, hey, I don't want to be with you.
Because
I just want to kick it. Yeah. Then that's what it is.
Because we fall in love with potential, and we try to see like the best in people, especially if we like them. Like we just blind to like all the red flags and stuff like that. Even if you're in a relationship, it could still be a situationship. Like
right.
Dang, in a relationship, you've been in a situation.
Yeah, right.
Or you in a relationship, but that other person ain't.
Right.
They say when you're in a relationship.
That was my first Transparency Tuesday segment, and I don't know why I wanted to do that. I think I was just seeing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
I think we see a lot of that on social media.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Let's just let that be my first Transparency Tuesday drop, and I wasn't expecting too many people to like it, because I already know that people don't be liking to hear stuff like that. They be like,
when it's the truth, probably
yeah, but it's okay. I'm gonna put it out there anyway.
Yeah, because you just stating it's just facts, and if you just think about it, like
right. I always tell people like even if you're not going through it right now, if you got a friend that's going through it, or you went through it in the past, like it's funny too. Like you're just gonna laugh a little bit, so just tune in.
So Transparency Tuesdays is that something you
yeah?
Stick with?
So I think I'm gonna try to stick with that. If I try to be more consistent and get these videos out and find a way for them not to be deleted, then yes, Tuesdays would be Transparency Tuesday where I talk about like relationship, just like self-awareness, just like it's like a advice tip type thing. So about like yourself or relationships or anything, like I don't care what it is. It could be faith. I just think of the topics, and I got a list of topics now, but it's just gonna be rolling out. And then Fridays is figuratively speaking, where I talk about finances, all things money, or whatever. Or it might not just be finances; it'll be all things money. So I have to talk about like entrepreneurship, how to stay disciplined with your work schedule, that type of thing. So it's just the whole channel is about leveling up. Period.
And we need that. We need that, especially in our community, because a lot of people talk about doing things. They want to start this business. They want to start this and that. They want to have their own building to run their business out of, but people talk a good game, but it never plays out. And we need somebody like you. That's why we have this podcast to shed light on people that's doing something.
Thank you for the platform.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why we started this. Originally, it was just sports, and I'm like, okay, that's one audience. Like everybody, my mom don't even listen to what I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay, we gotta broaden it. Yeah, because we need to reach more people. And then, so I'm like, we're gonna start interviewing people and hearing their story, what they go through, advice they can give to other people that they went through. And it's like, we need more Black people to do positive things because there's so much negative.
Yeah.
Read the papers, you go on Facebook, negative things, people talking bad about people. Like,
right.
It's like, and that's what the news and everybody showcases.
Right.
Yeah. We need like the positive things that's going on. It's a lot of artists, rappers, entrepreneurs in this area.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of potential, but
it was good that
tap into it.
It's good that you did that switch, you know what I'm saying? And you was like, I need, to do different things because yesterday, I was in the car, I was on my way home from Philly, and my friends were like, oh, what you doing tomorrow? I was like, yeah, we'll be on a Playmaker podcast. And it was like, oh, I heard of that. Like, so, it's reaching people. I ain't lying. Right. Like, so I was like, oh, yeah, I heard of that. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Shout out to that plug.
Yeah.
But I just love what you're doing. So what keeps you motivated to keep baking? Let's go back to the baking part.
Okay.
And also the YouTube. What keeps you motivated to keep doing it? And not just, oh, I'm done with this.
So like growing up, I always was a little ahead of my years. You know what I'm saying? So I always had something going on, but like now I'm just really getting into things that like I'm passionate about. And for the YouTube channel, it's just basically I'm really passionate about like sharing wisdom with other people because it's like a lot of things that I didn't know, and I didn't have people in my ear like hey, this might happen, or I went through this situation. Just sharing like experiences too. Like I think I'm gonna add that into like my segments, just doing like a little segment of like story time where I just share an experience of my own because one is relatable and two, like this is how I learn. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna just be giving y'all information. You're like, okay, well, how did you learn this?
Right.
Exactly. So like that's what my heart is, like just sharing wisdom with other people about experiences that I've been through, or maybe I've seen other people go through, and things that I've just learned along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like gems that God just dropped and was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? it's like I'm continuously growing. I'm like every year it's like, like what more can I learn? Like what I'm saying? It's like I keep learning so much stuff, and it's just like so crazy. And like self-awareness is a big thing too. Like I meet a lot of people that, and no shade, but it's like they are not like self-aware. They don't know themselves as well as they think they know themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if I point something out, they're like, oh, that's not me, or they be like,
no criticism, they can't accept
nothing. Yeah, that, or if they accept it, they be like, dang, I never knew I was like that. Like they really can't see themselves. And it is hard to see yourself. Like it takes a lot of maturity, it takes a lot of growth to like actually see yourself. You know what I'm saying? So so that's where my heart is as far as YouTube. And for the baking, I just love to see like the smile on people's face. Like it's like a lot of background story. Like when people call me that they'll be like, oh, like I had a girl, she was in North Carolina. And I didn't even know she was in North Carolina. She made like she ordered, and then she was like, "Oh, can you drop this off to my sister?" I'm thinking she's here, so I'm Actually, I thought I was taking it to her. So I'm talking to her on the phone. I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I'm on my way." She like her sister was at Chicken and Pete. She just had a baby, and I guess they was celebrating or something like that. And she wanted to tell her that she was having she was doing a good job with motherhood already or whatever. And I thought that was so sweet. But I'm thinking I'm meeting up with her, and I'm like, yeah, I'm Chicken. She's like, okay, my sister's getting out the car or whatever. And I meet her sister, and I get back in the car. I'm like, wait, I didn't meet her, but she had me drop something off, and she was in North Carolina. She was like, oh, I'm not there. Like, no, I just wanted you to take to my sister. I just wanted to send her something. Like, and I was like, oh. But like that made me so happy that she, thought of me to be a part of her showing her love for her sister. So like it's really about the love. Like whenever people, are ordering and stuff like that, I'll be just so happy. Like, okay, well, what is this for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to see smile on people's face when I create things. Like, I mean, I be smiling like, yo, I did this. This is crazy. Like, so I'm like, yo, did I just do this? And people be so excited and they just love it. Like sometimes I'm my own worst critic, and I'll be like I made a cake, my first cake one time. Somebody was like, oh, I need a cake for my daughter's 3rd birthday. And I had never made a cake before then. But I told them I could do it.
Why not?
Right. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And this was my I knew, so I was like, all right, yeah. I'm going to do this. I made this cake. It was like in the number 3 shape or whatever. It was a Moana. It was a Moana cake. And I was like, all right. So I went to Five Below. I got like the little Moana figure or whatever like that. I put it on the cake. It was like the cake was like a beach thing, so it had like waves on it and blue icing. And then on the top, I just put like crushed graham crackers or whatever like that. It looked like an island. It was so cute. And
but you don't. That was your first time doing it?
That was the first time.
Something else.
It was my first time, and I was like, so I gave it to them. And I honestly don't eat sweets. That's people don't. I know. Like what?
You don't try? Do you try it?
No, I just had like my mom and my sister, whoever was around, try it or whatever. At this
you
point,
need a trier. I'm available too.
You need a tester. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
But like at this point, I've made it like I could do it with my eyes closed, so like I know it's gonna taste the same. So I don't even test it at this point, because people just say, oh, this is good, or whatever like that. I think recently, like maybe in the wintertime was my first time actually tasting my own work, and I was vending, right. So it was like some leftover because it was like one of my friends, he had like a book release party or whatever, and I was vending, but I actually had a switch in my plans, and I actually gave it away free as long as they follow me on Instagram or on Facebook and to the card. So I was like, I'm gonna give it away for free or whatever like that. So I made chocolate covered strawberry cupcakes, and so people were coming out, they was eating or whatever like that. So it was like a couple left or whatever. And so I tasted one. Like I was hungry. I didn't go there. I had one, right? So no lie, I'm sitting there in a room full of people, right? I ate one, and I was like, "Dang, who made this?" Like this. I'm no lie, it was fire, and I don't even eat sweets. So, and people was looking at me like,
did she just eat her own food and compliment herself?
Yeah, it was like. I was like, no. I said, yo, I never had this before. Like I never had my own work, and it was like. What? I was like, yeah, I never had my own work. So, I mean, I ain't took my own work, but
you mastered your
it was
craft.
fire, yeah. I'm like, what? And it's crazy because, like I said, I never took a culinary art school. I meant culinary art class. I mean, I might in the future, just like to expand my knowledge on it or whatever like that. Because, like I said, it's my baby. And I think my next phase would be starting having like not a food truck, but like one of those trailers, like an extended thing that looks like a food truck or whatever, with the little kitchen in it. Yeah, I'm here. But yeah, I think that's my phase 2, just to go mobile and then eventually open up a shop. But that's my baby. It's definitely gonna be my avenue to do other things that I want to do. As far as like opening up other businesses or whatever like that. I have other passions, so it's just gonna be one of one of my babies, like my first started.
The other passions is you go as hard as you do for your pastries. I can imagine how successful they're going to be. That's just amazing that it wasn't your passion at first, but you was able to light a fire under yourself, and now you enjoy it and you love it.
Yeah,
and that's what I think everyone wants to get to a point where, yeah, we got the 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong, but you have something else that you get that's an outlet and also is lucrative at the same time.
Yeah, my pastor asked like a good question. Recently, he was like, you know, what would you do with the rest of your life if money wasn't an issue? I'm like money wasn't an issue. Like you didn't have to worry about no money. You know, you ain't had no debt, or you know, you had to worry about finances, working a 9 to 5. What would you do with the rest of your life? He was like, if I won the lottery today, I'm still gonna show up on Sunday. So
that's a good question.
Yeah,
Make you think.
Right.
So I couldn't give you an answer because I never thought about it.
But the way he was talking to us, like it was like he knew that, you know, finances wasn't gonna be an issue for us at some point. He was like, y'all ain't even at y'all peak yet. Y'all don't even understand. Like y'all just doing the groundwork right now. And I'm like, I felt that in my spirit.
Speaking of church, we're members of the same church.
Right, Change Church.
Shout out to Change Church. How much does faith play into your everyday life?
Oh, that's everything. That's everything. Like no cap, that's everything. Like I hate to like sound churchy or anything like that. Like no, for real, I've been telling people like I'm not trying to be churchy. Like I ain't trying to be churchy.
You.
Yeah, like it's no cap. Like that plays a major role. Like without that, it ain't nothing. For real, because like I really feel like, I mean, I grew up like a church kid or whatever. But I always went to church like by myself. It wasn't like my parents took me to church. Like if I knew somebody in my family that went to church, I just went to church with them. Or if I found a church, like I just would go by myself. Like I had somebody pick me up. Like I was a church kid, and it wasn't by force. Like I wanted to do it or whatever. But it wasn't really until I started going to Pastor Daniel's church that I started to really know God for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I grew up in the church, but I wasn't playing church. Like people used to call me like church girl, goody two shoes. Like maybe I was a late bloomer, like in everything. Like I wasn't doing nothing in high school or nothing like that. I was like really a good girl. Like
me so we on the same page. We're like financial sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. So like I really was like I used to think to myself like the things I'm doing now is gonna like affect my future heavily. So like there was a lot of things that I didn't do. Just because, like, I was kind of living in fear, too, because I was just like, no, I can't do this, because, like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't doing what other people, I was seeing, like, the effects of what other people, like, the consequences of what they would do and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I don't want that, like, you know what I'm saying, I was thinking, like, I'm not going to drink, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to, like, I don't want to start now, because, like, 10 years later, what I'm going to look like, like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't doing that stuff, like, I wasn't, like, having sex and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, I was, like, super late. I was super late, like, I ain't started nothing like 12th grade. Like, about to go to college. I ain't started nothing yet, but like faith, it plays a major role. Like honestly, like sometimes I ain't even gonna front. Like sometimes I be forgetting to like consult with God before I do things or whatever like that. But like as soon as it comes to my mind, I'd like go ahead and consult with Him because like it's just a greater impact because it's out of selflessness. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you do things without God, like. It really is a selfish thing behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're thinking of what's going to make you look good. Or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how people going to look at me if I do this? How people going to look at me if I do that? Or whatever like that. It's like, oh, yeah, they love that picture. Or, you know what I'm saying? They love that podcast. So, that was all me. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when you try to put God first and you just ask Him, like, to go before you in everything that you do, then it's like a greater impact because you're thinking more of others than you are yourself. And that's the greatest work that you have. Like, when you think about other people, like, I'm saying, like, you just switched it up and said, hey, I'm going to start bringing, the creatives and, entrepreneurs and always shining light on other people. Like, look how much more people you're reaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not thinking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? At first, you were like, yeah, I'm talking about sports. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then you start thinking about, like, how can I help other people? Yeah, and that's, like, your greatest content or whatever. So, I try to do that, like, in everything that I do because I don't want to just use the impact, like, for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, people can see that, honestly. Like, they can see, like, if it's for you or if it's for them,
Right.
if it's genuine
Exactly.
or whatever like that.
Mhm.
And it, life is, like, more fulfilling, like, when you are helping other people. Like I said, when I do this YouTube channel, like, I'm preaching to myself, too. So, like, when I help other people, it's helping me, too. So,
Yeah, it's just an additional plus. Yeah, because at the end of the day, without God, in my opinion, what are you really doing it for?
yeah, it's
And,
like,
and who are you really impacting if you're just being about yourself and it's just all about money and it's all about the glamour and glitz?
right.
Because he could take it away as
Right.
quick as he gives
That's
it.
the thing. Like, the things that, like, sometimes we be thinking, like, we just came up with this great idea. Like, nah, God put that desire in your heart. Like, it just came because this is a perfect timing for it. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, He gave you these gifts. He made you unique. This is what I was gonna say on my know your stop settling and know your worth thing. I'm still saying, but
Oh, yeah.
you are one of one. Like, there is no other Reggie. You know what I'm saying? That there is no other you. So it's like, God made you unique. Like, He was like, okay, when I make Naja, like, I'm gonna put this creative spirit in her. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? Like, I'm gonna give her this. I'm gonna give her that. I'm gonna make her this. And it's like, okay, I know that the world needs one of her. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? So you gotta think about it. Like, you are one of one. You are one of one. Like, there's one God. Like, you're one of one. Like, there's no
and I
other
feel like
you.
if people took that more serious,
Yeah, you'll be walking.
you'll be walking in a totally different light than what you are.
Exactly. Like,
Because I think in our generation right now, with social media, people want to be
somebody else.
somebody else.
And it's crazy how we are not afraid to attract people to somebody that we're not.
Exactly.
Like, what?
It's mind blowing that people.
And I ain't gonna lie, like, I mean, when growing up, I probably did a couple things, you know what I'm saying? Was like, oh,
But we
you know.
we didn't have social media when we was that young, thankfully.
Yeah,
Now like these kids got it
yeah,
now. 'Cause
I know.
I was on MySpace, but
Yeah, we had MySpace, but it's
Top
totally different
Top
now.
eight. You was on top 8, you was on right. Okay. Right,
my
right.
bad for cutting you off.
Okay.
But yeah, like so nowadays, like I have a little sister, she's 13, so like how I carry myself is not just for me. It's just I want her to see me in a different light. And I talk to her all the time. Like I work a lot, so I tell her like this is not the life you have to choose. Like I have to work,
Right.
but I don't want you to think like you got to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. Because
Right.
I'm not gonna work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life.
Right.
I'm gonna figure out what God has for me.
Right.
I'm still figuring it out, but I know it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's a verse in the Bible that's talking about like your gifts. Basically, yeah, like your gifts will make it a lake for you, basically. So like you whatever, and I heard somebody say the other day like whatever breaks your heart breaks God's heart too. So it's like whatever your passion is, like you know what I'm saying. If you think like, hey, you know, I have, you know, a heart for the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like that's not in you for no reason.
Right.
Like, you know, you didn't just think of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would just say, you know, just think about things that like your heart desires. Like my heart desires aren't going to be the same as yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it's one of me and one of you because the world needs each and every one of us. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, faith plays a huge role. I was just praying on the way here. Like I ain't gonna lie, I was like in my prayer on my drive. So I was praying. I was just like, you know, thank you for. I honestly was like, thank you for this platform, for real, because like we have social media, but it's something about when you collab with other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a greater impact. So like, I mean, I thank you guys. You know what I'm saying for your yes to this. You know what I'm saying?
And we thank you because, like we said, we don't try to interview everybody. We have a purpose behind who we pick, who we bring on here, because we try to we want to be credible. We don't want to just bring anybody that's they doing this, but are they really doing it for the right reasons?
Right.
What are they putting out there to the world for the kids to listen to or to follow? Like so, this is not the platform for you. There's other platforms.
There's other platforms.
Just not here, but with you, like it falls into what we believe in, our goals for the show, and we just love sharing our platform. Like,
that's really
it's
dope.
cool.
That's super dope.
Yeah. Now I think about it, it's really cool. But
did you just go off?
I did. I went somewhere else. But speaking of change, is an event next Friday.
Yes.
Play.
So next Friday, February 21st, is season 2. Starts the season 2 premiere of Iconic Night. Iconic is basically like a Christian millennial group or whatever like that. Iconic Nights We go there. It be people from all over. Like people come from like Virginia, Maryland, New York. They come from all over just to come to this iconic night. And basically, we come in, we mix and mingle. Yes, shout out to Iconic. We mix and mingle. And then there's like, it's always something fun. Like we go and there's like a little message for you or whatever like that. Like 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, whatever. But it's always a fun night. Like you just meet new people. I always meet new people. I've gone to change for 3 years and I still meet new people. Like it's crazy. Like it's like 200, millennials.
And it's millennial. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, I think it's
that's hard.
18 to 35.
Yeah,
okay.
Is it 18?
That's what they said on the Instagram.
Oh, okay. They probably changed it. Like
They
before,
did.
I think
They
I
did.
think it was 21.
It was.
And it was some 40-year-olds there. I ain't gonna lie, some 40-year-olds there. Well, whatever. But I mean, you still could be a millennial. Cool, like doing the fun. I mean, people bring their kids. Like it's really a good time, and it's not. I know some people thinking like, oh, I'm in church on a Friday night. If you come, you're not gonna feel like you're in church.
I'm just time to start.
It's at 7 p.m. Yes, slide through,
pull up, maneuver
pull up because I ain't lying.
I gotta leave a little early today.
Yeah, my stomach's
Look at you. Nah, for real, pull up. Like, you're not gonna feel like you're in church. Like, we play all types of music. It's not like just church music. I don't even think we play church music. But
maybe one or two.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe if it's like a club mix or something like that. In church.
It's probably the crap.
How do I say that? Y'all be lit in church?
No, yeah.
Okay.
It be lit. We got our. I mean, don't pull up if you don't know how to swag surf because every iconic night at the end we do a swag surf. It's like a tradition.
Don't be stupid.
So
just
just stand on the side. Don't get wet from this wave. Okay, stand on the side. Just sit on the beach. We gonna go in the water, but
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's
it's
dope.
super dope. I mean, I love iconic. It's really a great time, and like I said, it's people from all over that come. People that don't go to church. They bring their cousins. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they think they're gonna find a wife. I don't know, but. It's super lit. So pull up.
Shout out to Brandon.
I gotta check that out.
Before we let you go, anything else you want the people to know, you want to talk about, or if not, you can just tell them your social media accounts and where they can find you. It's a very broad question.
I know. I'm trying to think.
The iconic bridge.
Not today.
Copy that.
I guess I don't really have anything, else to say as far as like, I don't know. No. So anyway, you can find me
YouTube video dropping when?
Tuesday,
guys. Going
So Tuesday and Fridays, right?
Tuesdays and Fridays. Yes, my YouTube channel. You could search Slim0103. Honestly, I've had a YouTube account for so long. Never had a channel, but like I had the account for so long that it just kept that. So I don't really know how to change that. I'm gonna probably do some background, but for now, you can find my YouTube channel Slim0103. It's Ooh La La Naj, which is I guess is the name that I go by. Some people like
you gonna see it right here.
Yeah, some people don't know me and they be calling me that. I be like.
When people call me my Instagram name, I feel like a celebrity.
No, like I was coming out of work,
so
right?
You can call me my Instagram name if you want.
Yeah, I was coming out of work one time, and somebody called it out. Like I was going to the train station. I guess I was going to Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, because I work downtown. And I'm running to the train station. And somebody was like, "Ooh la la Naj." I was like, "What? What?"
So
he was like, "Yeah, I follow you on Instagram." He was like, "Can I get a hug?" Like, can I get a hug? But I'm with a coworker, so it's just like mad awkward. They're like, "Are you famous?" The hug. And my coworker like, "Oh, you famous?" I'm like,
"Why
that
like that hug?"
I don't know. I look like I get free hugs, I guess.
Not a picture of a hug, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so people call me that. They be like, "Ooh la la," and I'm like, "That's cheesy. Don't do that." But
I feel like a celebrity when somebody say my Instagram name.
No,
Like,
that's so cheesy.
Who me?
That's so cheesy to me. Maybe my name cheesy. Is my name cheesy?
Nah, you good. It's original.
Everybody different. One
I had that name since MySpace.
Okay,
oh,
you got pocket.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm out.
That's a long time.
I'm out here. So so my Instagram is OOOLALA_NAJ. Ooh La La Naj. My Facebook is Naja Tierra, NAJATIERA. And I don't really be on Snap. I just use it for the camera, so don't follow me on Snap. But it's probably Ooh La La Naj too.
Don't follow us.
Don't follow us that.
She don't post nothing.
I don't post any. I use it for the camera. I don't know why. Like I don't know.
You just take the picture and save it?
Yeah. Or
They do
video.
that better. It seems like
Their
it's
quality
better.
is better. Like even if you don't use a filter, like just the quality of their camera is better. I don't know why, but so I mean, you could probably search my Snap, but I don't post anything, so it'll be null and void.
And on your Instagram, that's where they could place the orders for the pastries.
So yes, Pipe It Up Pastry, PIU_pastries, or Facebook Pipe It Up Pastries. I mean, I take DMs. I'm not one of the people like, don't DM me. You have to email me, or you have to text me, and then you have to address me first. Like I'm not one of those people. Yeah,
So what
that's
you saying?
out
I
of
could slide in DM. Hey yo.
yeah.
Yo,
I need it.
why you do it like that?
Hey yo.
Hey yo, I need some.
Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need something for this little party I got going on, a little something small or something. Okay, what you say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very down to earth, so, like,
Yeah, I don't know why people would even do that. Like, you pushing away his
you
business.
have to address me like such a, like,
No, because sometimes when I do DM people about business stuff, I do try to be like professional at first.
I mean, that's your own thing, though.
But
yeah, I mean,
but sometimes people be extra though. Like, oh no, go through the website. First of all, you on here says you can DM you.
DM me for prices, details, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
say
Like,
DM me for prices and details, and I DM you. Go to the website. So what?
yeah, I'm super down to earth. Like, I mean, I'm gonna talk to you
Mhm.
proper, but that's just how I talk.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, unless I know you, then it's like whatever. But that's just how I talk. So I'm just talk to you that way. But you don't gotta talk. You don't have to hit me up
I'm
like,
trying to think when I need
Excuse
some like,
me.
pastries.
excuse me, Miss Naja, I would like to inquire about like what?
Comma.
Right. Don't forget your periods. You better not do
Whole paragraph, just
Right.
all correct.
like. But I do say when you do order, like I need you to come correct. Like I need you to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what you want. Like I hate people be like, oh, you know, I'm thinking about this and that. Okay, how much do you need?
How far in advance do you need to know?
All right, so y'all gonna think that I'm just trying to be like, you know, y'all gonna think I'm trying to be, you know, cocky out here.
No,
but,
just you. Because what if I need some brownies tomorrow?
I can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's never a job that I don't turn down unless I'm already like super busy. I gotta take, you know, good care of my body as I have those permanent injuries. So like I gotta take good care of my body so I can't like overwhelm myself.
Mhm.
But honestly, like if you need like treats like cupcakes, brownies, pretzel rods, you know, candy apples, something like that, like the latest really 24 hours. I can do it in 24 hours. Like I prefer that you do it like 3 days in advance or whatever like that. Like cakes, I prefer you tell me like 2 weeks in advance.
Okay.
But if you tell me 3 days ahead, I can pull a cake in 3 days. Like 3 days for cakes and everything else 24 hours. I'm cool. I might start charging like a fee. Like if you're gonna be like, oh, I need it tomorrow night.
No,
Like,
you should.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Then people be wanting delivery. Like what?
I know, because shout out to Trenton Talks. He delivered this hoodie for me. So yeah, if you deliver, I
Yeah, I do
It,
add
has,
little.
it has to be a fee with that.
Yeah,
I added my own fee.
yeah.
I'm like, I appreciate
That
you doing that.
yes, I love people that I love
Yeah.
people like you know.
But, you know, Cash App do take $1, y'all. So when y'all send Cash App to people, if you send 25, send 26 because
Yes,
it charges them. They're not getting the full amount of money.
exactly.
Have
I
some
mean,
Cash App.
you know what? Just do Zelle.
Oh yeah, copy that.
Put that money right in my bank. No fee. No fee. I don't want to be like, oh, you sent me 20, now I'm making 19.65. Like, you know, no, I don't want to do all
So
that.
do you deliver or no?
I do.
Okay. Fee.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I just add like a $5 fee on there.
Mhm.
Sometimes, like if I know the person, I'll do it. Like if they like running around and stuff like that, I'm like, look, I got things to do today. So if somebody at the hall, like I
Right.
can just drop it off. I can drop
Okay,
it
I
off
see
to
what you're
grandma, whoever. I'll do it just to help them out because I know how it is when you throw an event and you're running around the same day. You don't got time to be. I sound sick.
You good.
Sorry.
Talking about
Um,
sick.
But but like you know, I know how it is. Like when you're doing stuff, like you're just running around, like you're trying to look good. Like I mean, I'm the type of person like sometimes I'm still gonna show up looking good, but sometimes I might not put as much
Mhm.
you know energy into how I look because I'm just doing so much. So I try to help people out as much as I can. But like if it's OJ, like if I know you can come pick it up and you're just like, oh, can you just drop it off? Yeah, okay, well $5. Like you know, if it's local, $5. If I'm going outside of, you know, Mercer,
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be more than that. Like, I got things to do.
Yeah,
I already spent time making this.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Right.
definitely get compensated for your time.
yeah. So,
And you guys.
hello, my car got on fast, but still, who cares? I want
Definitely
all my
want to hit you up,
coins.
'cause I need to get a cake.
I want all my coins because I'm becoming.
Yeah.
My mom's birthday next month, so I'm like, I gotta
Okay,
grab her
yes,
some.
You better grab her some.
Yeah, yeah.
I just picked up 2 jobs, to be honest. 2 people just put in orders or whatever for birthdays
So you
coming
just
up.
be making money while you
Yeah, you know, people just hit me up like, oh yeah, I did like. I would say that like when I go mobile or when I get a store, my prices will go up though. To be honest, I feel like I'm probably like the most affordable in town. To be honest.
But you get your feet wet. You figuring it
Yeah.
out. But definitely when you get a storefront, it's gonna be other expensive that you don't have right now. That's
Yeah.
gonna be different.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. It might not be here that I open up my store or even start moving. I ain't gonna tell you what my next life is, but
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned. Right.
So on that note, we want to thank Naja for coming through, taking some time out of her Saturday to kick it with us. I'm your host, Reggie Coleman. Who are you?
I'm the kid.
Thank you again, Naja. Until next week.
Peace.